Buongiorno amici, sono qui con Guy Stewart. Non so se, sicuramente molti di voi lo conosceranno o quantomeno avranno visto un suo video che parla sull'utilizzo del Victron. Io stesso guardo i suoi video su come imparo, su come utilizzare le varie device. Per esempio il fatto di mettere in parallelo gli inverter è stato merito suo, ho scoperto come fare grazie ai suoi video. So, how are you in the beginning? How are you, Guy?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for talking.
You come from?
From Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
So it's a long trip to come here.
It's a long trip.
How many hours are you taking?
The minimum possible is 24 hours.
24 hours.
But that's if there's no delay. So typically it's more like 30 to 40 hours, depending on what happens.
Oh, wow.
I don't live near the airport, so I have to drive for many hours. I live in the countryside, so I have to drive many hours to get to the airport.
Okay.
And then waiting for the plane, because it's a big long flight, you have to be there many hours earlier. So I have lots of time to work. It's a few days. I take my time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush. So
Australia is a big country, really big country.
Yeah.
What are you doing as a work?
Yeah.
What's your work?
Yeah, it's a good question. So not everyone in Victron even knows what I'm doing. So I'm a very flexible employee. So because of my time zone, but also because of what I am, I do a lot of autonomous work. So I don't have a manager inside Victron Energy. I work directly for Matthias, the CEO. I came to the company in the first place because I was answering a lot of questions online.
Okay.
Before I worked for Victron, I worked for a distributor. So I was designing and installing and troubleshooting and supporting power systems for off-grid customers.
Okay.
And over that time, I got to try a lot of different inverter brands and try a lot of different things in the field, a lot of different batteries. And I learned that Victron was my favorite brand. So I became a specialist.
Yeah.
So I only wanted to then install and work with Victron. And the more and more time I put into Victron, the more and more I liked it. So eventually, only Victron. I didn't really want to do any other brands.
It has to be the way you love Victron. Is the same for me. I started with a small implant, and then growing, and so it's like this.
Yeah, for me, I lived off-grid. So the first product, well, I had two products. The first one I had was a battery charger, so to connect to a generator to charge my batteries. But the first real smart Victron product I got was the BMV.
Okay.
And to monitor my batteries. So I had a big lead acid battery bank and I wanted to see what my state of charge was. And then I connected my BMV to a Raspberry Pi. And I connected the Venus OS inside, and then I get access to VRM and I can see the system online. And then I knew this is for me.
How long time ago?
Yeah, it's a long time ago now. So it's when it first came out. So this was when the color control was first launched.
Okay.
Yeah, with the VRM. Well, VRM came a little bit before the color control. We had another product called the Global product, but that's now finished. So yeah, I've been with Victron now nearly 7 years, and I was there, a year before doing my own work. So yeah, about this, eight and a bit years.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a long time, but it goes quickly.
Yeah. I'm on the system like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I started me too with the first. My favorite component is the MPPT 120.
Yeah, nice, cool. Yeah.
It's a small thing that is making all.
Yeah.
You can work with 38, 24, 12. Yeah. Really, I love it.
It's a good product. Yeah. It's a good product. I agree. It's now also an old product. We've had it for a long time. Have you been seeing the Orion XS? Do you know this product? It's a DC to DC converter. Yeah. So it replaced the older Orions, usually in vehicles when they charge off an alternator or something like that. Yeah. So we had this 30 amp product, the Orion, and then we make this new product, Orion XS, which is 50 amps. And it's half the size and half the weight and twice the power. So it's an amazing compression. So what I'm looking forward to, what I hope happens, is we take the technology we use in the Orion XS and then apply it to the MPPTs. So we've had these MPPTs for quite some time now, and then we make them twice as powerful and twice as small and half the temperature and half the weight.
Wonderful.
And then imagine the size of the MPPT then. It'll be a really little...
really small.
Really cool thing.
Yeah. I love... the most thing I love about Victron as your company doesn't use too much ventilation. not a lot of fun. So it's a quiet system. At home now, from when I've been changing my inverter, now it's a quiet place.
Yeah, the multi-RS was the product that really improved that for the inverter chargers. So the older style, well, depending which ones you use. So we now have a big range of inverter chargers. You have the Multi Plus, which is in the aluminium case. It's the boxy one. Looks like it comes from a factory. It's a long-term product. We've had it in the market for a very long time.
Yeah,
people still like it. Some people like to have this long history.
Yeah. And you know what? In Italy, this one have also the certification.
Yeah. Also sometimes it's like this. Yeah.
Why? One answer. One question is why the Multi Plus 2 doesn't have it. I don't know if you know it, but
I spoke to another gentleman earlier, especially for the Italian market. It's a challenge. Okay. Part of the reason is every country is different. Yeah, there's some EU standards, and then we try very hard to be very quickly compliant with the EU standards because we're a Dutch company in Europe. But then for every other country, there's often a little one that's local to them as well. In Austria they have one, in Germany they have one. So it's all different. And we have so many products, it's really hard to know which one is the right one for the market. We have to choose. We can't do them all. So we have to say, okay, this one, this one, this one. Maybe we get it right, maybe we get it wrong, or the market changes. And then for each country, there's usually a different process we have to go through. Victron is not a very big company. We sell a lot of products, and we have a lot of history, and we have a good support network. But the company itself is not that many people. Right.
Can I ask?
Oh, we have an interview at the moment, so maybe we have to wait a little bit. Thank you, sorry. Maybe find another colleague. So we're working much harder to make this certification a lot better. But it's still a weakness, I think, of the brand, and it's a shame because we have really nice products. Sometimes they can't be sold in certain markets just because the paperwork isn't already yet. So,
do you think it will come, this certification?
I mean, we hope and we try, but it's all priorities. So which country gets to go first on the list to get the attention? Sometimes changes are needed, sometimes not. If a change needs, well then the engineer has to go in and change it. Well then he's not doing something else, not making a new product, not making it more powerful. So it's all a matter of priorities, and then that's a delicate, challenging situation to be like, what's the best thing to be doing for this guy? So we wish, of course, it was all available for everybody.
We will be so happy.
It would be so nice. We don't have to worry about this again. If we could wave a wand and not have to worry about certifications, everyone at Victron's a lot happier.
But I can understand Victron because it's not easy to be on the market, on all the markets, because all they are different, there are different needs, and so on. So we can understand.
If we only sold energy storage product for the residential market, we would probably be more ahead in it. We'd probably be more selective with the markets we went to, and then we'd be for sure be compliant. But because we sell also an off-grid product, we also sell a marine product, we also sell an automotive product, all have their own certification systems, different to energy storage in a grid-connected system. So there's marine standards we also have to comply with. So sometimes we come into a market with a marine idea, and then somebody wants the energy storage on the grid as well, or well, we haven't really thought about it very much, or do we want to do it or not, we don't know, so then it doesn't have the certificate ready. So that's the challenge sometimes with the brand.
So we was talking about markets. Which is your most where you do more business? I don't know. You told me about boat
I should say first, I'm not sales, so I don't see the sales figures except where I do as part of my other job. So I'm a technical guy. I'm doing products also, so product support and development, but I only know a little bit, so I'm not the expert to talk about sales. But what I can say, near close to the heart of the company is the marine market. So this is one we really want to stay strong and have people associate with the brand that Victron's a good marine brand. So we put a lot of effort into it. We make sure we have the products for the market. We develop those customers. But in terms of what makes the most money for the company, I think it's probably off-grid.
Of course.
Off-grid solar,
your core business is off-grid.
I think so. I just think that's where the market has grown the most with the opportunity of the products we have. So, ESS market, well, we support it, we like it, we want it to grow. It's a big market, but it's very competitive. There's so many products. Yeah, you've seen the show here. You've probably seen lots of them.
That's
Hundreds of inverters, hybrid inverters, easier than Victron to use, to install. Yeah, plug, click, click, click.
Yeah,
Thanks very much.
It's
yeah.
true. It's true.
And that's not who we really want to be. We don't want to make a product like that. We want the flexibility, and the control. And I think when people find Victron, that's what they like from us, that you can use it. Yeah, we have a lot of open source software, a lot of tools you can use, a big community.
I think Victron is more for nerd people. Yeah, one that wants to make his hand all over, check this, I want to modify that, all these things.
And we are too, right? That's the way we are. We are the nerds. Yeah. So that's the product we want to use. That's the product we want to make.
Really?
We're always thinking about how can we do it like this, and
it's so
what's interesting.
Flexible.
Yeah.
It's that we like on the Victron, really. Do you have some new product, something?
So I work on the VRM team. Yeah, so we make the software platform, which connects all of the Victron products together, more or less. So I have some new product announcement news from VRM. It's not very exciting, like a new inverter or something like that. But to me, it's important because it really helps the customer, especially if they're a bigger customer, so not just an individual. Then VRM is very good and has been good for a long time.
Yeah.
But as the customers grow, our customers grow, they install 10 systems, 100 systems, some of them 1,000 systems, some of them many thousands of systems. Then VRM also needs to grow to support them. So we have three new features that really help. One is an enhanced search inside VRM. So previously you could search if you had 1,000 systems in VRM for the name, and if the name is correct, you find it. Now we've enhanced the search, so you can also search for a serial number of a product. So if a customer calls you with a problem, you can find their system quickly, or their name, or their email address, or other things that you might know, and then finds the system more enhanced. The other feature we have a new dashboard. So for big fleet operators,
I love it.
You have it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. It's still new. It's still very new, but it's an idea that we have. We're going to make it a lot better. So for the new dashboard, basically for a fleet guy, it brings the systems that need attention to the top and sort of explains why maybe there's something strange going on with the battery voltages, or there's not solar production's fallen off compared to the expectation. So a few of these sort of beginnings of engineering intelligence that's happening inside there. And we have a lot of information from the systems. We can take this a lot further. Well, for an example, it doesn't happen yet, but this is an idea that we have. If the battery voltage goes down very quickly, but the current isn't also going down, then maybe there's a problem with the battery that the customer needs to know about. So it's a fluctuating battery, then that's interesting to know. Maybe you get to it before the system completely goes out and then the customer's in the dark. So we try and fix that. That's it. And one other new product inside VRM that we're really proud of, it's super simple, but it's also very powerful. Inside the device list on VRM, you see all of your products that you have in the installation. There's now a new button inside where you can click open in Victron Connect, and then it opens up Victron Connect on the device, either on your phone or on the computer, and takes you directly to that product. So if you have a system where you have a list of 100 systems, you have the customer on the phone, and they say, hello, my name's Peter, and you say, okay, Peter, you open up your system, you said, well, there's something wrong with my battery, you click on his MPPT, you open it up, and you can see immediately the settings inside his MPPT. With no slowdown, it's all straight there, no thinking, it's very easy. This process of improving what we already have,
it's a good feature.
Inside Victron Connect, to make it easier to use and more powerful inside VRM, they're the features that I'm really looking to improve. So there are new products. There's one other product I'll mention, new one. It's an extension, it's called the GX.io extender.
Okay.
So it's a USB adapter, you plug into the GX device, and then you have eight new digital input outputs. You have 3 new relays, 2 latching relays, so one way or the other, one solid state relay, and maybe there's something else also on there that I don't remember off the top of my head.
But it's flexible, also that port.
So you run out of relays or you run out of IOs.
There's a lot of port in the servo, but
lots of ports for Victron products. So VCAN, VBus, VDirect, all of these. But for many people, they also want more relays and more digital inputs because they start to use Node-RED.
And these all connect with the USB.
And you can connect multiple of them in there. We have new software coming inside the Venus operating system for the GX, where you can have a digital switching panel. So you can, using the display,
yeah.
program buttons.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks. Yeah, you have a display, you can program buttons, and then you can, on the GX device, turn on things on or off, turn relays on or off, or link them up to a Node-RED script, and then you can turn a script on and off from inside the GX display.
Yeah. I'm just starting to understand Node-RED.
Yep, me too.
But it's really interesting.
It's the edge.
Yeah, you can make a lot of things working, and you can really do what you want. It's really nice.
Yeah, I'll say one thing about Node-RED, and then maybe we finish it. But we always have people coming to Victron because we do a lot of things. The software is already quite complicated.
Yeah.
So hey, we want to do this, we want to do that. Can you do it for us? Yeah, can you make it work? And we're like, okay, maybe we could. Yeah, we could do it. But how many people is this really for? Yeah, we have a developer doing something else already. Do we take him and put him on there?
That is the solution. Node-RED is
Node-RED is our solution for everybody's questions for little applications, and we make it as powerful as we can, so that we can then, people can really do almost anything that we could do internal. They can do it with Node-RED. And if they make a really nice solution, a really nice design, well then maybe it's becoming a normal part of the platform. We make it in for everybody. But until then, well, they can play around in Node-RED and get what they need to do.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, Guy, we are in front of this. What is meaning 50 years of Victron?
Yeah, it's a special year for Victron. So 50 years as a company inside, and some companies also here have very long histories. It's nice to see it. But what I think what's actually special about Victron is this 50 years under the same family.
Wow.
Yeah, so the owner and the founder, Reinhard Vader, the father of Victron, he still works for Victron 50 years later. He's still in R&D, designing products. And now his son, Matthias, is the CEO and the new owner of the company. He's also working at Victron. He also works on products directly. He's not a he's not a finance dude. He's actually hardware and software.
Wow.
One thing I love about Victron, Matthias, he could really do any job in the company, and often does do every job in the company. He really understands how the company works. So if you have a question as an employee, you can go to him and he has the answer for sure. Or he knows the guy who can talk to direct. So it's really a small company, really smart on the inside, and it means we can move really fast. So we don't need to wait for meetings and bureaucracies. It's like everybody knows what's going on inside.
But for us, it looks like really a big company. Trust me, also for the service you are giving back to the people. It's really a nice company.
We have an amazing network, so that we owe a lot of the service to the network.
That is true.
Yeah.
What do you wish for the next 50 years?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, it sounds strange. The thing I wish probably most is that the company stays the way it is inside. So this magic that we have, it's a really
not changing. That could be a nice thing.
Some things, of course, have to change, but the things that really matter to me, that make it really a Victron a special company, that those don't change, that they stay. The company stays really core. Keeps its values, keeps its curiosity. We keep doing new things and making new products and trying out new stuff and staying at the edge. But what really makes the company amazing, I think hopefully that stays.
When something is working well, why we have to change it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Guy, thank you a lot.
Thank you
for your patience.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Really, thank you, and see you perhaps the
Best
next
of luck.
time. Bye bye.
Bye.